Capricorn, hello. I'm doing a love reading for you guys for the month of December. We're going to jump right in, start with the tarot even. So, I don't know if you're single, loosely involved, coupled. It's irrelevant. We're going to take a look at what the cards wish to tell you about your love life this month. Let's see if any pop-outs want to come out. Okay, you've got quite a few actually. So, in order. Six of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse. The Two of Pentacles. The Five of Swords in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Seven of Wands. All the beautiful cups are in reverse. So Capricorn, I'm sensing someone is guarded here. I don't know if it's you or the other person. There's a lot of energy of being on the fence here. The Two of Pentacles is not knowing really what to decide, what to do, how to feel even. And at the same time, there's a complete... you're not letting an ounce of your feelings show. You're not letting anything, like, you're like extremely poker face here. Maybe it's due to your indecision. You don't want to look undecided. You are choosing to look as if nothing is bothering you. The Seven of Wands is like, nope, I got this, you know, but there's still a lot of feeling guarded, almost to the point of pushing back. The two cards of swords here, the Five and the Six of Swords, are both in reverse. Part of your indecision comes from being stuck, and also stuck, I think, is kind of related to the fact that I'm smiling because it's gonna sound silly. You're stuck because you actually don't want to show your emotions, right? So some people, how can I say, they think that they're going to appear strong if they don't show emotions, but it's usually quite the contrary that happens. Sometimes when you don't show any emotions, you are kind of weaker, in the sense that, well, don't we say that real strength is vulnerability, for one, but you might appear weaker simply because you're not able to tap into them, you're not able to share them, you're not able to connect. So it puts you at a disadvantage, I want to say. And what it does, it creates a false sense of being on top. It creates a false sense of having it under control. You clearly have all your emotions under control here, so much so that they're locked up. So it's not really a good idea. Mind you, it is what you're choosing to do. A lot of it comes from the Five of Swords in reverse. You're basically like not wanting arguments like whatsoever. It's probably a protective mechanism that you're adopting, as well as another reason why you're closed off, and another reason why it kind of makes you weaker when you don't share your emotions, is the fact that, you know, you're never conversating, you're never dialoguing, and you're never extending yourself, never sharing. And so of course, when you relate to anybody, anyone, in any situation, it's not always perfect, it's not always roses, it's not always going to be we're exactly thinking the same thing and we want the same thing and we decide the same thing. It's not always like that. So quote unquote conflicts, or at least, you know, just the fact that you might not be thinking identically as someone else, shouldn't be perceived by you as something that's undesirable or difficult, right? I think it's part of relating. I think it's part of life. But you're having a hard time with that. You're having a hard time with accepting that, you know, for you, sharing your emotions is almost like, well, if I'm sharing my emotions, they have to be reciprocated, like eye to eye, you know, it has to be exactly the same. The person has to always agree with me. We have to be like in paradise, basically, right? It's got to be perfect. You know, I'm putting this on you, Capricorn, but it could be the other person. I don't know. I'm going to draw a card on the energies of the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, because those are the energies that make you not share your emotions, right? Besides the fact that you don't want to disagree with anybody, or that you want things to be the way you've envisioned them and only like that. So besides that, you're so undecisive. Indecisive? Sorry, I said undecisive. Indecisive. I want to know. This is like the 10 of Cups, the 9. Gosh, I need my glasses. The 9. There's potential for a lot of happiness here. Let's draw some more. Why would you be undecided if there's such a beautiful energy to look forward to, of like wish fulfillment? Seven of Pentacles in reverse, because you don't think it's a good investment. You're absolutely unsure if this is worth putting your time and energy. It's also taking too long. Seven of Pentacles is you have to wait for those seeds to actually grow, and they've just been planted. So there's or you know, they're not going to come to harvest or full. It won't be time to harvest soon. It's really an energy of uncertainty. You're not coping well with not knowing exactly where things lead. It's the same energy that you had in terms of relationships, in terms of sharing your love. You don't want to put yourself out there unless you know for sure with guarantees and like then it's gonna come back the same way to you. It's like you're missing out in this case. And yet, you have this draw for, like, you're attracted to, I want to say you're sensual, you're attracted to things that are pleasing and like that would bring you like physical gratification in all this, you know, in every way possible. I mean this word, right? Any way you want to imagine it, go ahead. That's what I meant. Um, but you know, you're doing this, the two sevens, you're just like pushing back or making sure that you're unattainable and you're just not letting things grow. Basically, you're not very patient here. Or I should say indulgent, because it comes back to the idea that you're not willing to give out unless it comes back to you equally, like exactly, like eye for eye, tooth, nail for nail, whatever it's called, tooth for tooth. I'm not sure the expression. Let's draw one of my makeshift cards and see which keyword comes out for you. You get two. The energy of gossip. Well, there you have it. There you have it. You probably dislike this very, very much. So you don't want to reveal your emotions because you don't want anyone to talk about, you know, what you do, who you're with, you know, why you're doing the things that you do. You're choosing to be very secretive, I guess, or to put your barriers up so that people don't guess how you feel. They don't know, because maybe you've experienced people around you. You know, when I said you were avoiding conflict, maybe gossip created a lot of conflict in the past. Could have been also that other people talking, right, might have been too involved in your affairs and might have created some turbulence or just, you know, made things fail. But mostly arguments. I think there were like misunderstandings as well. You know, in terms of your love life, I am sensing though that there's something alive, right? There's energy circulating around that. So you're not fully disinterested. It's not like you don't want love. It's an energy that you're seeking. It's something that you want deeply. There are just specific things that you don't want around it. It seems to be very clear. You want to make sure the person feels the same. That seems crucially important for you. You also don't want any conflict whatsoever, and even less when it comes to having other people involved, or, you know. But you're still indecisive. I don't know how to say the word. I'm not sure if it's indecisive. I think you're not sure because I don't know if there's one person that you are unsure of. I don't see them here, to be honest. But the Two of Pentacles makes me think that you're either wondering, pondering, okay, would I like a relationship? And I wonder if you might have someone on your mind to even be pondering this. And that's why maybe there's an energy there that somehow you're relating, or it's linking you somewhere to someone. But in terms of what you're doing and how you're approaching it and how it's developing in December, you're staying guarded, you're kind of pushing back, you're still evaluating if it's something you want or something you want with this particular person. You're kind of not very patient with waiting anymore for this. Yet you still feel the energy, the bond. You're not going to make any gestures. You kind of feel stuck with this. And so you're sort of, you're in between a rock and a hard place, because you are mainly cutting yourself off is basically the last thing I want to say, although it's not so pleasant. But realize that by protecting yourself so much, you're kind of weakening your position, meaning if ever you do truly want love, which I think you would, because who doesn't want to be loved ever, right? You have to understand what you do and how you do it, so that you have like sort of a chance at this, right? Because if you're not conscious of how much you are not sharing yourself just because you're afraid the person won't like you just as much as you do them, nothing's ever gonna happen. So the juggling, it's okay. Being unsure, okay. But to which point, right? Where do you draw the line, and where do you actually, I want to say, feed your energy, feed your connections when it's time, and maybe be more patient with growing your connections, right? And don't get anyone involved in your stuff, because there's clearly people around you who just gossip and gossip, and who are not helping you make that decision for yourself, and are probably interfering in any form of connection that you might have at the moment. So that's for sure. So last card we're going to draw out of this particular love oracle. I will read a mini excerpt. So what is the energy of this connection? This will tell us if connection there is, which I think there is, because for some reason I'm sensing that you have someone on your mind. Doubt and indecision. I mean, it's the whole reading has been about that. All of it. I mean, I don't even have to add anything here, do I? I would only be repeating myself. But let's read, I will read the little mini excerpt. So the love story. She takes a sniff of her flower and then pulls off a petal and lets it fall, speaking softly to the flower. He loves me not. As he takes her hand, he looks at her fondly, but he is not so sure. And another hand reaches out for him, pulling him along to explore a new journey of love beyond the frame. What is the solution? Doubt and decision abound in this love triangle. So this is the figure that is plucking at the flower. This is the man who's kind of interested, but he's not sure. Someone is kind of pulling their attention. It's a possibility that this mini excerpt, story, whatever, applies to you, but it doesn't have to be. The most important thing was the doubt and indecision piece, which was the core of the reading here. So, on that note, thank you for being here. I will close the reading right here. I hope you found something for you in here for you. I hope something resonated. That's what I mean to say. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Good night.